Magandang umaga sa Malacañang Press Corps sa ating mga bisita. Welcome po sa regular weekly economic forum dito sa Malacañang. Kasama natin ngayong araw si PCOO Undersecretary Lorraine Badoy. Good morning.
Good morning, Malacañang Press Corps, and good morning, the whole country, and good morning, Secretary, good morning, Undersecretary. Welcome to the 6th weekly economic briefing hosted by the Economic Development Team of the Duterte administration and of the PCOO. Today, we will be discussing an issue that affects all of us, our health. Sorry. The government takes this matter seriously in its effort to build an inclusive and sustainable economy for the present and future generations of Filipinos. Part of the 10-point socio-economic agenda of the President is to invest in human capital development and provide a better quality of life for all Filipinos. To achieve the goal of a more comfortable life for all, we need to make sure that efficient, adequate, and affordable health services can be availed of by each and every Filipino, no one excluded. This is supported by the Universal Health Care Bill, or UHC. Once passed, UHC shall give all Filipinos better access to health care, most especially to the poorest of the poor. The House of Representatives approved its version of the UHC bill September of last year, and Senate's version is now in the pipeline. During the last SONA, our President, who champions UHC, emphasized his wholehearted support for the passage of this bill. Wide coverage of basic health services will be made available via UHC, and this means that the government will need about 305 billion pesos to fund the program. Revenues collected from proposed reforms in sin taxes and mining taxes will provide additional funding for the UHC. Government believes that access to health services, besides being a basic human right, is an investment in our people that will help sustain the country's fast economic growth. This is just one of the many committed efforts of the Duterte administration in taking care of the public we serve and securing our country for future generations of Filipinos. So without further ado, may I welcome and introduce the Department of Health Secretary Francisco Duque III and Undersecretary Tina Canda of the DBM. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you very much, PCOO USEC Lorraine Badoy, and also joining me here is the USEC of DBM, Tina Kanda, and also the officials of DBM and the DOH, and above all, I think our media representatives, supporters of the DOH, and of course all other agencies of the Duterte administration. I would like to take this opportunity to talk about the Universal Healthcare Bill. In his State of the Nation address, President Rodrigo Duterte certified the Universal Healthcare Bill as an urgent priority of the government. It reflects the commitment of this administration to ensure that Filipinos live a good, comfortable, and productive life. The next few slides will highlight key provisions of the UHC. First, for healthcare financing, the UHC bill clarifies which services are to be paid for by the DOH, the local government units, and PhilHealth. We therefore propose that population-based services are financed by DOH and LGUs, while medical services, or what we call individual-based services, are financed through a national purchaser, which is our PhilHealth. This means that all funds intended for medical services are pooled into PhilHealth, thus also allowing them to have adequate negotiating power over healthcare providers and selectively contract those who abide by agreed quality and cost containment. To attain sustained 100% population coverage, the proposal is to simplify PhilHealth membership into two types. First is contributory. Second, non-contributory, whereby all Filipinos who are not formally employed or remitting taxes are automatically considered non-contributory members and thereby whose premium shall automatically be subsidized by the national government. This will replace the current point of care and point of service enrollment. Next, in terms of service delivery, the UHC bill shall make primary care a prerequisite for accessing higher levels of care by ensuring that PhilHealth pays for primary care services and that secondary and tertiary care are reimbursed only when appropriate, thereby driving consolidation of healthcare providers into networks that practice gatekeeping and referral. In order for the public sector to use its PhilHealth revenues to improve the health system further, government health facilities and networks shall be allowed to retain their health income into a special health fund. Third, through stronger health regulations, the UHC bill seeks to ensure that prices of goods and services are transparent and co-payments are fixed or predictable. Together with the Insurance Commission, the DOH intends to ensure complementarity of private health insurance, PHIs, and health maintenance organizations, or the HMOs, plans to ensure financial protection for all Filipinos. The bill also proposes to ensure regular flow of health workers by requiring a 2-year return service to underserved and geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas, or the GIDA, commonly referred to, for all health and allied health professionals graduating from public schools. This is similar to what other ASEAN countries have done to address inadequate and maldistribution of health workers. And fourth, recognizing that this administration weighs heavily on good governance and accountability, the bill proposes to institutionalize reforms that will ensure better health sector performance. Submission of health and financial data to ensure accountability by all key players in the health sector shall be mandated. Furthermore, health technology assessment shall be required prior to making decisions on what the government should or should not fund. Finally, the PhilHealth board membership, which is currently is a 17-person board, will be reduced to 11 as we propose this in the UHC bill. In summary, UHC aims to realize the right of every Filipino to health. As such, the bill provides the health system architecture needed to achieve universal health care, which guarantees the following. First, this ensures all Filipino families are enrolled in PhilHealth and protecting them from impoverishing costs of medical care. Second, it strengthens primary health care by matching families to a primary care provider that will ensure they get the appropriate health services that they need at the appropriate health facilities. Third, it improves access to health services by ensuring the availability of medicines, health human resources, and health facilities to all Filipinos. And lastly, strengthening the capacity of government to regulate and exercise its policy-making and governance function to protect Filipinos and ensure that they have access to the best quality of care. Next slide. Funding universal health care requires significant investment from the government. And based on our latest estimates, the incremental cost requirements will be roughly at about 135.56 billion pesos for the first year, ramping up or increasing all the way to 256.31 billion pesos on the fourth year. The key cost driver here is healthcare financing to provide for premium subsidies and primary care capitation for the Filipinos who need it most. And I would like to highlight, however, that investing in UHC is actually a wise investment because it is investing in our people. Aside from the benefit of a healthier and more productive population, UHC is key to reducing poverty in our country by protecting Filipinos from the high cost of care. And to make UHC feasible, we are looking at the proposed increase in tobacco tax. The DOH is currently supporting the proposal of increasing tobacco excise tax at 90 pesos per pack. At this rate, we estimate to have an incremental increase in revenues of roughly about 37.2 billion. This will be used to augment the budget from General Appropriations Act for funding of UHC, particularly to cover the premium payments of the non-contributory sector. The proposed increase in tobacco taxes is a win-win for the health of Filipinos. Not only will it increase the funding to finance UHC, tobacco taxes are also estimated to reduce, and I repeat, to reduce smoking prevalence from 15.7, rather, this will bring down smoking prevalence down to 15.7% from 21.6% according to the Global Adult Tobacco Survey of 2015, thereby translating into lower number of cases of cancer and non-communicable diseases, which are the leading causes of mortality and morbidity in the country. So on this note, I'd like to thank you all, and I am very glad to welcome or to answer questions from our media representatives. Thank you.
Yes, can we have Yusek Kanda first?
No, I don't have any opening.
Okay. Question, MPC? Alvin? Microphone, please.
Secretary Duque,
Yes.
good morning po.
Good morning.
Sec, hindi kasi ako familiar doon sa pagkakaltas doon sa PhilHealth. Sir, magtataas ba ng kaltas o sa monthly deduction ng mga empleyado tungkol doon sa PhilHealth na sinisingil?
Well, for the dun sa formal sector, dun sa mga empleyado ng gobyerno at empleyado ng mga pribadong mga korporasyon, ay nagtaas na ang PhilHealth sa kauna-unahang pagkakataon sa buong kasaysayan ng PhilHealth. Nagtaas po ng 0.25%, which is really minuscule. Napakaliit po nito, considering na ang benefit payout ng PhilHealth ay patuloy na tumaas na ng tumaas. In fact, last year, ang halos benefit payout ng PhilHealth para sa mga serbisyong ibinigay ng ating mga member healthcare provider institutions ay umabot na sa 107 to 110 billion pesos. An outlay of about roughly 1.8 billion per week last year. And yet, the premium contribution has really increased in very, very nominal, very small amounts.
Pero magkano in particular, Sec? Tsaka pagka naging loan na yung UHC, magtataas pa ba?
Well, ang sa subsidized sector ng PhilHealth, ito yung para sa ating mga mahihirap na kababayan, ang amin pong iminungkahing premium payment is 3,500 per family. Pero ang inaprubahan lamang for 2019 ay 2,400 pesos. So meron pang puwang o kakulangan sa pagpondo ng kanilang membership, yung subsidized non-contributing sector of the population. Pero kasi ang increase naman, depende yan sa sweldo mo. May cap tayo hanggang 40,000, but for next year, may mungkahi ang PhilHealth na itaas yung ceiling to 100,000 pesos. So, ngayon, yung hatian, 2.75% premium contribution, 50% of which will come from the employer and the other 50% from the employee through payroll deduction.
Secretary, lilinawin ko lang doon sa pagtataas ng tobacco excise tax. Pagka naging batas na itong universal health care, magtataas din ba ng presyo ng bawat pakete ng sigarilyo?
Oo naman.
Magkano ang itataas ang projection natin?
Well, depende yan sa desisyon ng Kongreso. Kasi ngayon may panukala si Senator Manny Pacquiao na 60 pesos ang karagdagan buwis na ipapataw sa bawat pakete ng sigarilyo. Samantalang ang panukala naman ni Senator J.V. Ejercito ay 90 pesos. Kung sa kasalukuyan kasi, ang itinaas lamang under Train 1 implementation of Train 1 ay 2 pesos 50 centavos lang. So ang tax for 2018 naging 32.50, no? So ang magiging presyo ng isang o bawat pakete ng sigarilyo ay 48.26 under the Train 1. Pero kung maipapasa at sana naman maipasa ang 90 pesos na panukala ni Senator J.V. Ejercito, malaking tulong po ito sa pagtustos ng atin programang PhilHealth para sa lahat ng Pilipino ay magkakaroon po tayo ng proceeds of about 45 billion 2 million pesos, at malaking bahagi nito mapupunta po sa pagpondo ng PhilHealth para doon po sa atin mga mahihirap, walang kakayahan magbayad ng kanilang pagiging miyembro. At doon naman sa malaking bahagi, 85% of the incremental proceeds will go to health, and 80% of the 85% share of the health sector doon pupunta sa PhilHealth, at yung namang 20% ay para mapondohan ang atin mga health facilities enhancement program kung saan may malaking kakulangan, at pagponto din ng ating medical assistance to indigent patients program.
Thank you, Secretary.
Salamat din.
May tanong po si Christina Bendano.
Hi, sir. We're just, di ba we just completed yung Train 1 and then we're now into Train 2. So, is that a separate tax measure, sir? Yung for the tobacco?
Yes, I believe so. It is a separate measure, and the objective is really to increase taxes on same products with the ultimate or end in view of reducing the smoking prevalence in the country. And our target is really to bring it down to the 14% level of smoking prevalence from a high of 21.47%. Pero yung 21.47%, bumaba na rin yan. Kasi nagkaroon na rin tayo ng sin tax, I think in 2013. No? So, patuloy na bumababa ang prevalence, smoking prevalence rate ng Pilipinas.
Sir, ano mas muuna yung universal healthcare or yung tobacco tax? Meron bang, did you get any assurance from, Congress kung ano yung uunahin doon?
Mahirap pangunahan ang anuman na magiging pasya o desisyon ng Congress. Pero ito lang masasabi ko, ang UHC bill ay meron na kaming sulat sa Pangulo na ito'y mabigyan ng certified as an urgent priority bill. So ito naman ay kanyang ibinukang bibig sa kanyang nakaraan SONA. So gauging it or basing it on his articulations during the SONA, I would like to believe that this will be passed by Congress.
So yung universal healthcare is really relying on the excise tax on tobacco to fund yung requirements.
Malaking bahagi ho ng atin universal healthcare bill sa amin pong executive version ng panukalang ito ay hindi lang doon manggagaling. Manggagaling din yan sa mga iba pang mga buwis na kinukolekta ng gobyerno. Ngunit hindi may iwasan na ang pagtustos ng universal healthcare bill ay manggagaling din sa incremental tax increases, no? So that's where we are.
Okay, MPC question. May tanong po si Eileen Talipin dahil plano nyo magdagdag ng excise tax sa tobacco. Ano daw po ang nangyari sa smoking ban ni Pangulong Duterte? Kasi hanggang ngayon daw po marami pa rin naninigarilyo sa publiko at tila walang napaparusahan. Kumusta na daw po ang monitoring ng DOH sa smoking ban?
Well, ito yung patungkol sa EO 26 na nilagdaan ni Pangulong Duterte noong 2017 ba, Dr. Maricar? 2017. So, ang mga local government units ang silang i-implement, magpapatupad nitong EO ni Pangulong Duterte at kami umpisahan pa lang natin ang monitoring and impact assessment kung ano na ba ang nangyari. Pero sa ngayon kasi, hindi ko naman napaghandaan so wala akong datos na magpapakita kung epektibo ba ang EO na ito in terms of implementation sa pagsasakatuparan nito. So, ito'y pwedeng sagutin natin sa mga susunod na panahon.
Okay, MPC, questions? Okay, no more. Sir, may iba lang ang tanong kasi may nagpahabol dito si Rose Novenario. Ano na daw po ang update sa Dembaxa?
Well, ang update sa Dembaxa, ang Pangulo ay inatasan ang kabinete na aprubahan nga yung pagbubuo ng expert panel at meron na kaming ibinigay na listahan, sinumite sa CABSEC at ang balita ko sa kasalukuyan ang listahan ng mga eksperto mula sa ASEAN member countries na nagpatupad ng Dengvaxia immunization program, although limited to the private sector. Kasi tandaan natin sa Pilipinas, ito po ay isinulong hindi lang sa pribadong sektor, kundi pati na rin sa public sector. No? In fact, tayo ang may malaking bilang ng mga nabakunahan ng Dengvaxia. So, ang mga dokumento, ang mga terms of reference, ang listahan ng mga experts ay sa kasalukuyan sa lamesa na daw ni Executive Secretary Medy Aldea.
Okay, maraming salamat, Secretary Duque.
Madagdag ko lang, I hope you don't mind, sa Senado, sa mababang kapulungan ay naipasa na ang Dengvaxia supplemental budget, ngunit sa Senado ngayon ay kanilang pinag-uusapan at binabalangkas at hopefully ito ay maipasa na sa lalong madaling panahon dahil isa rin po ito sa mga batas o sa mga panukala na sinertify ng ating Pangulo as urgent.
Okay, Christine?
Hi, Secretary. What do you think of the speech of the President last night where he said he's considering quitting and he wants to retire? I mean, has he, parang, do you think he's serious about it, being part of his cabinet?
Well, it's not the first time the President has said that. No, I think to me it's really just venting out, sometimes out of exhaustion, sometimes out of frustrations. He expresses some of those frustrations even during the cabinet meetings, the fight against corruption, the fight against illegal drugs, and the crime that is attached to it, the criminal acts rather attached to it. So I guess it's just venting out. Anybody, we all get to our own residences and we vent out to our poor wives and to our children. Sometimes ako hirap naman ng trabaho sa opisina sa DOH, walang tigil ang problema ang atin dapat solusyonan. But I think the president has manifested, on the other hand, a sheer political will to take on a lot of really very difficult issues that have not been addressed as adequately as he is addressing them today. So I think the president needs all the support that he can muster. It's wrong to think that the president is going to solve all the problems for us. I think please disabuse our minds. We need everyone, in government to really rally behind and support the government in all of his substantive initiatives. Lahat ng po ng kanyang ginagawa sa kalusugan, itong Universal Healthcare Bill, mukhang ito po ay magiging legacy bill ng presidente, no? So dapat suportahan ng ating Kongreso maipasa ito sa lalong madaling panahon. At sa marami pang aspeto ng pamunuan at ng ating gobyerno, makikita naman natin na talaga isinusulong ang mga makabuluhan at makahulugan programa na siyang susi sa ating pag-unlad bilang isang bansa. At nananawagan tayo bilang ako naman ang kanyang kalihim sa kalusugan ay dapat pag-ibayuhin natin ang kalusugan ng ating mga kababayan. At ito po ang tinatawag natin health, among others, is a driver of genuine social transformation. No? So, kaya itong UHC, yun ang objective natin, maging malusog ang pinakamaraming mamamayan natin sa Pilipinas.
Okay, Chonayu?
Sir, since kayo yung health secretary, kasama ba kayo sa nag-check sa health condition ni Presidente, and also ano pong inyong assessment sa health condition ni Presidente?
Every time I attend the cabinet meetings of the president, ang masasabi ko lang, he's full of life, very active, very sharp, and obviously it does not suggest na parang may problema sa kanyang kalusugan. Masasabi lang natin, mukhang malakas si Presidente at nakakita mo naman, he's almost everywhere all the time. Di ba? So kami nga ang medyo parang hihina pa kung titignan ko bilang isang doktor, yung mga ibang miyembro ng kabinete. Pero si Presidente, tuwid na tuwid ang tayo. At pagka nagsasalita at nagbibigay ng kanyang mga utos, ay talagang makikita mong masiglang-masigla.
Okay, Hannah?
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir, si Finance Secretary Dominguez, ang sinadjust po niya kanina sa isang press ko na pinagbabakasyon po niya si Pangulong Duterte. Kayo po ba, sir, gusto niyo ba ganun din po yung i-advise niyo po kay Pangulo? Since
sa bandang huli, si Presidente lang, it's wrong to second guess the President. So let's leave it to him. If he wants to go on a break, then let's respect it. I'm not in a position to make any recommendation, at least insofar as I am concerned.
Okay, sir,
Thank you,
last question, sir, kay Tuesday New. Kumusta na daw po, may figure na daw po kayo ng DOH about ng mga biktima ng leptospirosis sa National Capital Region at kung sapat daw po ang mga gamot?
As of leptospirosis reporting number 40, which means morbidity week 40, we have 1,121 lepto cases. And we have, unfortunately, 100 deaths. And it's very unfortunate because ito po ay dapat na madaling maiwasan na sakit. Paulit-ulit po natin na binibigay ang abiso, panuntunan ng Department of Health kung paano may iwasan ito. Ngunit hindi rin naman natin we cannot also help that maraming mga panahon na nagpa-flash floods na mga tao sa labas na at hindi naman na makakuha ng bota para karagdagan proteksyon sa kanilang mga paa dahil alam po natin ang lepto ay nakukuha po ito kapag nakontaminan ng ihi ng daga ang tubig, baha. No? So, meron naman tayong prophylaxis. So, patuloy naman ang pagbibigay natin ng prophylaxis. Ako nga ay dumalaw sa mga evacuation center ng Marikina sa Malanday Public Elementary School at ganoon din po sa Barangay Silangan ng Quezon City. At doon ay nagbigay po tayo ng stocks of doxycycline and other antibiotics where doxycycline is contraindicated. For example, pregnant women and children below 8 years of age. Meron po tayong mga replacement antibiotics. Masiguro lang na hindi humantong sa malubhang komplikasyon ang kanilang lepto. So, yan po ang ginagawa natin. Minomonitor po ng atin na DOH National Capital Region at katuwang po rito ang atin mga city health officers ng mga syudad sa buong Kamaynilaan.
Okay, maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat, MPC. No more questions? Okay, salamat. Salamat, Secretary Duque. Salamat po, Yusek Kanda. Salamat, Yusek Badoy. Maraming salamat.
Last two questions. Baka meron na. Sayang samantalin.
MPC? Bernadette, may question? Ha? Okay. Okay na lang po. Maraming salamat, Secretary Duque. Maraming salamat sa ating mga bisita at back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.